Hey there, internets. This is Kyle once again. Hope you're doing well. We are here with another episode of the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel. Today, just doing a quick recap of where things stand on day 53, I believe we're at here today. And taking a little bit of a stock of the current situation and maybe recognizing that still have a lot to go and where I might need to focus my activities here in the coming weeks. Cue the sweet YouTube intro. Pew, 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 pew. Which I don't have, by the way, as a joke. But anyway, I know you're all laughing on the inside. Sorry I look like kind of a maniac here, but I guess I have a condition called dry eyes, which is somewhat new to me. Well, it's new to me because I've never had it before, but it's like my body feels a little tired, but it's like I just can't keep my eyes open. Like, geez, it's ridiculous, crazy. I just want to like close my eyes, and I've pretty much felt like that all day. And I did have to go back to work today, which was awesome. And felt like okay again in terms of no fever and a little bit of coughing, not too much, but still trying to get over whatever virus has hit this household. So hope you're doing much better in your neck of the woods at whatever point in time and space that you are watching me speaking to you right now. It's been an interesting journey thus far, ups and downs, and still, daily questioning what the hell I'm doing, and number two, just what is the best use of my time. As I've mentioned before, this is a journey from going from $0 to $1 million and starting an online business, doing it part-time, meaning evenings and weekends, because I still have a day job and still have a family to take care of, i.e. I value spending time with my family. And as gracious as my wife is, and my kids both, I still like to spend time with them. So that only leaves so many hours in a week to focus on building a new business, and thus will certainly make it difficult to reach the goal I'm trying to get to, but this is more of a long-term plan for myself. And even though I have a goal that I'd like to reach within a year, on day 365, I'd like to be able to tell you that I've got $1 million in revenue. I recognize that is a bit of a stretch goal, and that's okay if I don't reach it. I know that at the very least, if I'm consistent with this and do more every day, that I will at least be better than I am today at this whole game. I mean, it's inevitable. As Alex Rosie likes to say, it's just like going to the gym. I mean, if you go to the gym every day, you lift weights. I mean, it's just kind of inevitable that you'll eventually get in better shape. Because, I mean, it'd be kind of hard not to, I guess, unless you were just like showing up and lifting some 3-pound weight every day at the gym, which would probably not do anything for you. But if you're even slightly serious about what you're doing at a gym and putting in relatively minimal effort and pushing yourself a little bit each and every day, then inevitably you would be better off than you are today. So that's the game. That's what we're all playing and trying to get there. Not looking for a quick overnight success, instant victory, or anything, which are often just based on pure luck and whatever else. But this is more about developing a skill set that I can leverage over the long term. Some interesting things, I guess, have happened over the past week, which randomly, just kind of started by the fact that I was listening to Alex Hormozi podcast and then decided to talk about it on this venue here, and then that blew up my YouTube. Well, they don't really blow it up, but certainly popped up my viewership on this channel much more than I had been getting prior and had no expectation of getting. But it does, in an odd way, like put more pressure on me, I guess, in a sense of wanting to do something that people will get some value out of. Again, even though this channel is not really being built for anybody else in particular, this is more so for my own accountability, my own diary of sorts that I'm allowing the internets to read along as I'm writing it in some weird, probably messed up psychological way, but nevertheless, I wanted to document the journey I'm on for anybody that might be interested. And it seems that a lot of people have become interested, well, at least in terms of just checking out a video or two. I'll jump over to some stuff we can look at on that front. Oh, sign out. That's fun. That's not the channel I want to be on, so let's switch account. And shit. Okay, let's pause this 1 sec. Okay, so now we're looking at the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel dashboard. So, some interesting things. Current subscribers, 16. I've got 16 people that have taken enough action to click a subscribe button to follow along with some random dude on the internet that they've never seen before and is not exactly producing very entertaining content, admittedly, but nevertheless they decided they wanted to keep in touch with this dude, so they decided to subscribe. 16 people. Some in total of views on this channel, 906 views over the past 28 days, and a total watch time of 19 hours, which up until a week ago, these numbers were more like views being 50, 100, and watch time being like 3 or 4 hours. And that has shot up pretty dramatically. So thank you to Andrew Downey and Batman is Jedi for subscribing to this channel. Apologies if I offended you by mentioning your names, but you're dope, and I respect you, and thanks for checking this out. Content-wise, as I've mentioned here previously, so look here, this one main video, day 49, 509 views. But even since then, I mean, 38 views is not too shabby, 25 views in from a couple days prior. But you see, again, everything prior to that was like 5, 10 views. I mean, nothing spectacular, but again, I don't care. It's not the point of this channel. But the fact that, again, now I've got so many more people somehow landing on my page, and also like 11 likes. So again, 11 people have enjoyed the words that have come out of my mouth enough to actually say they like that video. That's kind of mind-boggling to me as well. I don't know, maybe bots do that or something. I don't know. That's kind of random, but people have commented also. I mean, not a ton, a couple of comments here and there, which I always try to respond to because there's only like 2, and it doesn't take that long. So, but I guess this kind of is what I wanted in some sense, because again, this whole purpose of this channel is for like accountability purposes, because I don't want to pay somebody to be an accountability partner or mentor at this point in my journey yet, but I knew I needed to do something to keep myself on pace to try to at least make a decent attempt at trying to get to this crazy goal. And so again, this whole let's just record a video every day, kind of documenting things as I'm going along, was an idea I got when I was at the Funnel Hacking Live conference. And so I've tried to stick with them. But the byproduct is, obviously, I'm putting this out there for the world to see. And here randomly, because of some keywords I put in the description, I happen to get, a decent number of people actually clicking on it, and decent number of people who didn't know I existed on this planet now know I exist, and now know I'm doing this thing. And that's cool, but now also, again, puts a little more pressure on me to actually stick with it, and I want to show people that, this is possible. Getting to these crazy dreams, it's not impossible, even for somebody that might be doing this part-time, because you yourself have a family and other obligations, and you still have a full-time job, because you're not a crazy person and just going to quit your job to do some online thing, right? Because you got bills to pay, right? So I'm with you. But anyway, this has all kind of been swirling in my mind, I guess, for the past few days. Like, geez, I feel like I've been slowing down a little bit in terms of actually things I'm doing. I'm still producing these videos, at least recording these videos, not really high production content here, but recording these videos nonetheless, but not really making a ton of actual progress in the business, frankly. And it's just been hard. I've been dealing with some just physical sickness issues over this past week, which is obviously not ideal for staying motivated to do work when you feel like shit. So, forgive me, but that's just the way it is. But also, I've just been thinking, even as I've been listening more to Alex Hormozi's, some of his more recent podcasts, and him talking about, when you're first starting out, you want to make the stuff you're putting out for free to be even better than the stuff that other people are charging people for. And he's very much on a kick right now himself, Alex Hormozi, of putting out tons of free content. And he's very much about developing a brand, and such that you can use that brand then to, as your leverage in the game, to then make a lot of money, eventually selling whatever you want to sell. He points to people like The Rock or Kylie Jenner or some of these, big time celebrities that have these huge followings, and they just put out, obviously they're putting out random shit every day, content wise. And then if they want to start a new business selling makeup or tequila or whatever else, it's like all I have to do is mention it on their Facebook. Hey, I'm selling this new thing. Why don't you, if you're interested, go check it out, whatever. It's like, because they got like 1 billion followers, it's like boom, instantly they've made tens of millions of dollars, and even much more to that in some cases. So that's certainly a focus of what Alex Hormozi is trying to build with his Acquisition.com company, holding company. But he even still preaches that for people that are starting out and still getting rolling, of rather than this whole, just come up with $1,000 thing and try to create a webinar and, more the Russell Brunson approach. You got to sell something right out the gate. He's more like, hey, just once you take some time figuring out, again, what people actually want, spend a year figuring out what your actual offer is going to be. And in that year, you're putting out a bunch of free content, probably organically building a list of people that are starting to follow you and keep track of you. And that way, when you really figure out what they want and you create an irresistible offer at that into that time period, then as soon as you launch that thing, like, you'll instantly get tons of sales because you've been building up all this goodwill with your audience. And so I've just been thinking about that, I guess, more in terms of, I have been focused on, building up this sales funnel for this membership program, and I'm trying to do something that's pretty low ticket, kind of entry level offer, just to build my list, but doing so in a way that I wouldn't even really make a lot of money on, if any money, but would at least get some physical something with my branding into people's hands, and hopefully not cost me a ton of money to do that. And, while in parallel, certainly starting to put out content and, honing in on what the message is that I really want to be focused around, I guess. But it's still been focused on wanting to sell something, upfront. And, Alex does have a good argument of trying to delay that as long as possible in terms of asking people for money as long as possible. As he likes to say as an analogy, the longer the runway, the bigger the plane that can take off. And so I've just been pondering whether or not I should be focused more on getting my content creation stuff done, getting stuff put out there, which I haven't really put much of anything out there yet for my business, the PhD Boss. And maybe I really need to focus more on doing that, rather than just waiting to get the sales funnel thing done, I guess. I don't know. Of course, he also, admits that, that whole concept was totally foreign to him when he was building his own first businesses. And so he likes to say, if I knew what I knew now, I probably would have done this back then. But I'm not sure if he really would have. It's one of those things. It's where it's like, once you get to a point, like in his case, where he doesn't need more money in his life, like he's just doing it for the fun of the game. And, for him, he's trying to get to the next level of the game, where it's like right now he's totally financially set. Like he can basically do whatever he wants to do financially. More or less, and he doesn't have crazy tastes or anything, like some of these entrepreneurs. But he's set, he can do whatever he wants for the rest of life. He doesn't have to make another dollar, and he'll be totally fine. Him and his wife. And so when you get to that level, now he's just looking at, just for the fun of the game, I want to get to the next level of billionaire status. And so he's looking at things through a wholly different lens of thinking, this is now a longer term game, because he doesn't have any need to create more income today or in the near future. He's just more about, he wants to get the compound gains on, from building an audience off of his content that ultimately he is able to leverage over a long time period, over the next 40, 50 years of his life. And that's just not where I'm at. That's not where a lot of people obviously are at that are trying to look into all this stuff. It's we're just I need to make some money. I'm doing all this because I'm looking to work myself out of needing a day job. And I would love to be in his position where it's I would know all my bills are paid for infinity, and my kids are taken care of and all that stuff. And certainly, if I were to get to that point, then I would certainly be looking at things very differently. But I'm still a long ways from being at that point, so I'm not sure if I need to listen to that message or if I should be still more focused on, I just got to sell something, because even if what I'm selling is not great, but if I can start to get some money coming in the door, then that gives me more confidence, then I can build on that to at least get to these levels of $1 million level, single $1 million level, which would at least give me some breathing room in the whole money situation. So then I could start thinking a bit more long term. But anyway, kind of digress there. What I meant to do was go through more of where I'm at actually funnel wise and all that stuff. So again, building things through ClickFunnels 2.0, have a site roughly built up. It's going to be the phdboss.com. This is not a funnel page. This is a funnel hub, as they call them now. Not a website. It's a funnel hub. Just kind of have a structure of things. All these links don't really quite work yet, but at least the things I think I'll probably have in here. The membership page, that's not going to work, but pop-up, I got a pop-up. That's cool. So we've got this all mostly set up. People obviously, if they randomly dropped on this page, they could sign up for the email newsletter type thing. And I said I'll give them a free copy of my print newsletter for signing up, which I don't have a print newsletter yet, but that's the way it is. So I've got that pretty much good to go. Again, ClickFunnels 2.0 does have these blog integrations, which I haven't really dug into that, and I'm not really going to focus on things up front until I get a podcast thing going. Customer Center, I still got to figure out how to get the Customer Center set up. Funnels, so we do have a gold membership funnel is the main one I've been working on. I do have a lead gen funnel, which is my resume one, although I'm not even sure if I'm going to use that anymore. But it's got a 4-step funnel here, sales page, order page, upsell page, and then a thank you page, all around selling a membership, $47 a month membership is what that's all about. So I've got that pretty well put together. The last couple pages, I still need to add some content and record the videos. I haven't done the videos for those yet. Excuse me. So that's what I'm working on there. I need to figure out how to set up those membership pages, because I want the membership to be something where they would log in and they'd be able to get access to a digital copy of the newsletter in addition to what they'll be getting in the mail. So I got to figure out how to do that. And so that's about it, I guess. So still lots to do, and just so many thoughts about what's the best course of action. And again, I know there's no perfect course of action, and the best action is just taking any action. So don't overthink it. Just get the ball rolling and correct the course as needed as you go down the road. So anyway, I just thought I'd give a quick update as I'm trying to keep my eyes open, because they don't want to stay open because freaking dry eyes or whatever bullshit this is. So anyway, hope you're doing much better than I am. Keep on kicking ass and taking names in your own business or whatever you're working on. I'll see you next time. Peace.